Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Makeup, the Evolutions edition. My camera is so foggy. It's still foggy, I don't know. Okay, it's better though. So today we're going with a Espeon eyeshadow look today. So yeah, let's get straight into it. I have some stuff to talk about. So this past week has been a little bit interesting. So I'm gonna start telling you a story about some people I saw at the park yesterday, and then we're just gonna talk about the crazy events that's went on. Yeah, so yesterday I had a maternity shoot at a local park in my neighborhood. It's kind of in the richer part of the neighborhood. And so me and my clients were walking down, and my clients are my good friends, and you're gonna see the little 1-minute vlog later this week. But yeah, so we're coming down and we're talking, and this dude's in a Morgan Wallen shirt. That should have been my first indication. Like, this dude was like, because let's just face it, Morgan Wallen is a little problematic. He makes good music, but he's a little problematic. Park is kind of a small park. It has one little playground, like a little waterway, a walking trail, and in the very back is a huge field with wildflowers and all kinds of stuff, and I always shoot there. And it's usually pretty dead, and yesterday it was pretty dead too. And so as we're coming back to the car, it's street parking, by the way. So you park on the street, and it's got a really long line that you can park down, and the park's never really that busy. But if it is in the neighborhood, people don't mind if you park in front of their house, as long as you don't block their driveway or mailboxes during the day. But at night, it's pretty much a free-for-all, so you can pretty much park wherever you need to or want to. And yeah, so I'm only telling you this to give you an indication of like how this is. So we've walked to the car and we're on the sidewalk, and there's two trees. So here's the sidewalk, and then here's a tree, and then a tree. So they're kind of like lined up like this, and in between the tree are these two people. So it's like, and then these two people are like here. Okay, so I got me a little extra light. So anyway, so these two people, there's a woman, and then there's the guy in the Morgan Wallen shirt. So my client's boyfriend, well, the boyfriend of my client was like, hey dude, like your shirt. The guy like turns around and he's like, thanks. And he was like, love me some Morgan Wallen. And the guy was like, thanks. And then like goes back to his business. And then I was like, that's kind of weird. And so we just kind of go about our business, and we stand there talking for like 20 minutes, and they look so pissed off, like so pissed off that we were just talking. But it's a public park, and we have the right to talk there. We were on that public sidewalk at a public city-ran park in our my neighborhood. So it was their neighborhood because they were with me. And yeah, so this guy just kept huffing and puffing and shit, and he had his like motorcycle helmet in there, but there was no motorcycle around. And so I'm just like, whatever, I'm just gonna keep talking. So we start talking, and right as we're talking, it pops up CNN that President Trump got shot. And I'm just like, oh shit, you know, like, and I'm not political. We're not gonna talk about President Trump being shot, even though that's sad. I don't really follow politics or believe in them and believe any of them or any count right now, but I digress. But we shouldn't be enacting gun violence against anybody. And so it pops up on there, and I'm like, oh shit, President Trump gets shot. And so I hear him like back there like mumbling stuff about Democrats and Republicans and all that, and I'm just like, dude, I just made a comment, like, I'm not a Democrat or a Republican, like, leave me out of it. So the girl he's with is just like kind of getting aggravated with him, and so me and my friend are talking. And all of a sudden this girl is driving by, and so now I have to kind of like explain the road to you. So here's our, okay, we're gonna do it like this. So here's the road, my car's here, there's a median of trees and beautiful flowers, the landscape is just really pretty, and then there's the other side of the road. So here's my car, here's the other side of the road. The girl is driving like this, so my car's faced this way, she's driving this way, okay? And she stops. Now remember, right here are the two trees, and she stops and she goes a little forward, and she's like, John, what are you doing here? And he's like, hey, she said, I just got off the phone. Your wife said you was selling something on Facebook Marketplace. He said, yeah, I just sold it to her. And so she was like, okay. She goes, well, I'll be over to your house in like 10 minutes for dinner. Let me tell you what I left out. I saw them two people kiss like twice. So when that sister-in-law stopped her car, those two, and then went on, they fucking bolted. She was parked behind my client, so she jumps in the car and screeches off, does a big U-turn and runs. And the guy who had the motorcycle helmet runs. I mean, he fucking, the Morgan Wallen dude fucking bolts all the way down the sidewalk. We never saw his motorcycle. We don't know where he went. Like, I have no clue. Like, absolutely no idea where he went, where his motorcycle was, nothing. So we definitely caught a pair of cheaters at the park yesterday. I'm not really showing you my makeup this time because I show it to you guys all the time and you kind of can go back and see my makeup. We're just getting ready and having a conversation today. So we're leaving and I have to go to the grocery store. And I go to, like, right down the road from the park. Right down the road from the park is a Kroger. And so I go to the Kroger and I go in and I follow this couple in and they are like talking shit, but like not to each other. They're like bad mouthing somebody. And when I pulled into the parking lot, they were in front of me, but we went the opposite direction. So when I came in, I pulled in the spot, but they were there. So then they pulled in the one like 3 down from me. So they were like 3 down further away from the door. So I thought they were mad at me. So I'm just like, well, we just caught 2 cheaters at the park. These 2 people think I stole their parking place. So I was like, I'm going to see if we run into each other again. If they're mean or whatever to me, then, you know, I'll apologize. Because I don't want any animosity over a parking spot. Like, that's just, it's just no way to be. Like, it's a parking spot. I'll just apologize and move on. Even though I didn't see them at first, it wasn't intentional. I wasn't trying to steal these people's parking spots. So we get to the register and they're still cussing and they're just like, oh, I'll beat this person's ASS. I'll do whatever I need to do. They're not going to steal from me. And I was like, oh shit, they're definitely talking about me. So I'm like, hey, I'm sorry if I took your parking spot. I didn't see you. And they were like, oh, they're like, baby, no, I'm not talking about you. And they were an older couple. They were like, baby, no, we are absolutely not talking about you. I am so sorry you thought that. Because they kept like looking at me and I was looking at them and they were like, well, we were trying to figure out why you were staring at us. I was like, yeah, I just want to apologize. And they said, well, don't walk out talking to us because there's somebody in the parking lot. When we leave again, you're going to understand. I was like, oh, okay. I know I keep changing the lighting, but I can't really see today for some reason. Like, I don't know. The light that I usually have like right here has broken, so I'm waiting on one that's small enough to fit between my desk. So yeah, sorry about the lighting changing in this video. Anyway, we come out and there's a guy in an old beat up truck, and I'm talking like 80s pickup truck. It's white, it's rust, it's white, but it's also very rusted on parts. And so I go out first, and then the couple comes out behind me, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna go straight to my car and I'm not gonna say a word. Like, I'm not gonna tell him bye, I'm not gonna tell him thank you, I'm not gonna say nothing, because the guy looked pissed. And so I was like, well, I hope you guys have a great night. We walk out the door, I see the car, and before the guy who was in the store with me said a word to this other guy, he waited for me to get down the parking lot. He was staring at me, so I turned back around, and then he walks out the double doors with his wife, and this guy in the pickup truck just starts laying into them, calling. And the couple was black, and I couldn't tell what, like, I couldn't tell what they did, but that guy started calling them the N-word over and over and over and over and over again. And he was just like profusely just cussing these people out. And so the guy was like, you know where I live, like, the green Charger, come down there, we'll settle this. You stole from me, you stole my lawnmower. And they just get, and so the guy jumps out of the truck. The truck is still moving. He didn't put it in park. He just jumps out and starts beating the crap out of this guy from inside the store. And like, I had to get in my car. And so I got in the car. I called cops. The cops told me they were on their way just to get out of there. So I did. They were like beating the crap out of each other. And come to find out this morning on the neighborhood group, the couple who was in the store with me didn't get arrested, but the guy who was in the truck did, which he should have, because he literally waited on them to come out. He was stalking them. So yesterday was a little crazy. So I know I talk about Victoria a lot on here, and this really isn't my story to tell, but I'm going to tell it anyway because I'm proud of her and I love her. And so yeah, we're going to talk about her now. If you go back to some of my other videos, Fire Goddess of the Mountains is my best friend, my model, like the sister I should have had. Just amazing person. And she's recently gotten into drag to support her queer friends and family, and she is AFAB, so woman doing female drag. And I hope I'm saying that right. Please correct me in the comments if I've got that wrong, but she is a woman doing drag, being a drag queen, not like guys who do drag queen, if that makes sense. Correct me give me a better way if you know. So she's really been doing a lot in the drag community, like shows and different things. And last night she had a performance with the Imperial Court of Kentucky, and she got to meet Trixie Mattel. And Trixie Mattel like met her, told her how wonderful she was, like loved her costumes, and like that's just like a big honor. And I'm just so proud of her because she has come so long. And if you've followed my photography for any amount of time, you will know that she literally hand makes all of her costumes. Like I had her make a koi fish one time, and she made it out of freaking sheets from Goodwill, and it was beautiful. And so for Trixie Mattel to come to the bar complex here and like meet everybody from the Imperial Court. Apparently Trixie Mattel was like super nice, because I've been watching everybody who went last night post about them, and they were like, Trixie Mattel is like the nicest person ever. And I was supposed to go, and I'm so sad because I had a migraine after that photo shoot, and then the altercation and the cheaters and all that. I had to come home and lay down. But yeah, so they got to meet Trixie Mattel. That was so cool. So at the beginning of this video, I told you that today's look is inspired by Espeon, since I done Umbreon last time. And I'm not wanting, I know Espeon is like a darker, like you would associate them with like the dark at night, the moon, whatever. But they're also like a lavender color, and they're also like the brighter version of Umbreon, if I'm making any sense. So I'm not wanting a full purple, but I'm wanting to like very like moony, luminous type. So we're gonna go with this. So I'm using my Sailor Moon palette right now. So I thought this palette would just be perfect for Espeon. And I'm trying to debate if I want to do like, because I think I'm gonna do like a black lip with some red glitter in it for the jewel that's on the forehead, because I don't really have any jewels to put on. But yeah, it's a work in progress. So also this week, if you're a friend or a follower or whatever, because I know some of you like to keep up with my school journey, I'm doing pretty good. School's going. We're almost at the end of our quarter, and I'm not where I want to be. But I think I finally figured out some things where I was like messing up. So we are trying to get on the right track. We have about 4.5 weeks left, or we're a little over halfway through with the quarter. Let's just say that. And I don't know. I am really proud of myself for getting this far, but I'm really mad at myself because I wish I would have taken the time the first few weeks of this to really sit down and evaluate exactly where I was going wrong. And so I didn't, and here we are. So, but I know for next semester, it's not like I'm failing or anything, but I know for next semester, I'm trying to debate what I want to do. Because I have this red liner I can add. I could do like maybe like a little like underline. You can't really see it though. I don't know. We'll figure it out, the red part, in a minute. But I just think I maybe should have just sat down and applied myself a little bit more. Not that I'm like failing or anything. It's just always being a straight A student to like lower B's and a C is not where I want to be in nursing school. But here's the thing. When we discuss my quizzes and tests, because I like to go back over them with the teacher, it's just how I am I know the answers. It's just like, I don't know. The way they were worded to me, but was just like not clicking at first. But now that I've kind of figured it out, I'm not gonna have much problems from here on out. But at the same time, I'm just like, why didn't I figure this out before? Like, why was me reading this, like reading it in my head this way, such a problem? I don't know. But yeah, I'm just gonna go with the red lip to be the red jewel. Do we like that? Look at that. This smells like a straight chemical, I'm not gonna lie. It smells awful. And it tastes awful too. Well, thanks for hanging out with me again. This is my Umbreon inspired eyeshadow look. If you want to see more of it, go to TikTok or watch the YouTube shorts. I'm going to be posting some transition videos for it. So, see you soon. Bye.